Squid lives as they are down 2-0. Meanwhile, DeadBeat tried to get the sweep and move on to the finals against Dyna Mew. DeadBeat going to be in the magenta. They're going to be with a loadout of 2 splatter shots, a slosher and a heavy splatling. Meanwhile, the blue-ringed octolings in the turquoise. You've got a splatter shot, octobrush, splatter shot pro, and a charger to get things started. Let's take a look at SpongeBev. SpongeBev trying to go around, get the flank on Hexen. Fine job right there.
Done.
That's going to be a bursted Rainmaker shield, and off to the races is blue-ringed octolings early in this one.
Yeah, and you're going to see Maddie Kuma working that Rainmaker, but also SpongeBev making that lane, getting ahead. You can see right up there, making a lane, trying to make things happen for Maddie Kuma, make it a little bit easier for her to get some splats.
In a lot of these maps with Rainmaker, you are rewarded for going vertical. However, DeadBeat getting the fine splat on the Rainmaker, that's going to reset it back near the middle, though. Not a whole lot of push on the length of the map acquired by blue-ringed octolings right there. They have the 72-0 advantage, 4-3 on the field for DeadBeat this time.
Yeah, I think they've tried twice to get up this map here, and it's not working out too well for them. So I think maybe the next time they pick up the Rainmaker, we're going to see a little bit of a different strategy.
Rainmaker up for grabs, nobody quite ready to grab it yet, and you want to make sure, Ashley, a lot of times we're seeing these teams show a lot of patience as far as not approaching the goal, the result, the most important thing of this map until they make sure that they've got turf covered where they need to go.
Absolutely, and right now you're seeing Hexen trying to make a splashdown over on Latias because that's a key person to keep away from shooting at the Rainmaker.
Wit's going to pick up the Rainmaker and go along the side in some area that has not been explored by Ink quite yet. However, the blue-ringed octolings converge on Wit and get the splat by the Stingray, 83-66. Rainmaker in one of those tight little corners, so expect a lot of action right there, Ashley.
Yeah, Latias really taking that long-range Stingray. She's at the spawn point.
3-3 on the map right now as the blue-ringed octolings going to purposefully, though, hop into the water. Why would they do that there, Ashley?
You hop in the water, you reset the Rainmaker.
And that's
right back to the middle.
It moves there instantly, and so it's much quicker to just go ahead and sacrifice the Squid and get that Rainmaker back in the middle. Right now, we see a lot of the action at the top of the map, but here comes DeadBeat with that Rainmaker. Oh, and great defense by blue-ringed octolings, doing a fine job of sort of reading where DeadBeat wanted to go with that Rainmaker.
Absolutely. I think that was the exact opposite of where they tried to go with the Rainmaker, and so I think both teams trying to take the same strategy, but you know, without that slosher, Wit was the one carrying that Rainmaker. Without that slosher, that is tough to move forward.
And DeadBeat going to move into the lead, 55-66 by seizing the Rainmaker right there. SpongeBev going to go ahead and get the splat. And Ashley, sometimes we see these matches that are so back and forth, it's all about getting that critical extra 5 or 10 points to your score to get the advantage when you run out of time.
It is. This is really close, and I think if blue-ringed octolings can move it just 10 more points, they'll be right there with them. And we have 2 minutes left, so anything can happen.
Once again, you see the patience by blue-ringed octolings. They're going to go ahead and let that Rainmaker reset and just make sure they don't let anybody get behind them. Latias, with that charger, doing a fine job of not giving up the back end to their team.
Really great job of keeping an eye on all of DeadBeat, making sure no one can get around back and splat her teammates, splatter teammates. That's the last thing you want.
And Wit being patient, trying to make sure they've got an advantage on the field. A couple specials ready to go. It's now 3-3 specials on the field for DeadBeat. Here come a couple of Tenta missiles raining down on the blue-ringed octolings. No splat there. Oh, there's a splat. However, Tim gets it on Maddie Kuma. We've got 2-2 on the field. Minute 30 left, 55-66 advantage DeadBeat. They're trying to burst that Rainmaker shield. And you notice there's an ink-proof ramp right there. That's going to slow things down, Ashley.
Yeah, you're going to be popping up from that and having to walk up, which is really tough to do if you have the Rainmaker.
66-55 advantage, DeadBeat, 1:16 left, 2-2 on the field at this point. Maddie Kuma trying to keep DeadBeat away from that Rainmaker. Latias just going to go and try and get it out of there, feeling the pressure from DeadBeat. DeadBeat putting some pressure. Tim with the critical splat. Tim with 2 critical splats right there, and the splashdown. That could be huge to help DeadBeat. DeadBeat going for the slam dunk. However, it's going to get stopped by blue-ringed octolings. 55 seconds left, and Tim with an incredible individual effort to help push that Rainmaker.
It might have been a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of a mistake for Latias to take the Rainmaker and actually be hesitant and move backwards because she actually brought it closer to the goal.
Rainmaker shield going to get Hexen, and Maddie Kuma's going to have to move quickly with that Rainmaker. Oh, getting some communication on the map saying, this way, let's go. I've got an avenue for you. And blue-ringed octolings trying to go, but no, getting flanked by Tim. Tim coming from behind, getting the splat. 24 seconds left, 66-15. DeadBeat with the advantage. A victory here gives them the sweep, allows them to move on to the finals against Dyna Mew. A couple specials ready to go for DeadBeat. 13 seconds left. Let's finish this one out here. DeadBeat, all they have to do is play some defense, protect that Rainmaker at all costs. However, SpongeBob has a chance to force this thing into overtime. SpongeBob has to bust the shield. Can they do it in time? Yes, we're headed to overtime, 66-15, but no!
Oh, they at the last second.
DeadBeat!
At the last.
Of turf war. DeadBeat looking for that first victory as they take on Rising Moon. DeadBeat going to be in the yellow, Rising Moon going to be in the blue, and let's take a look at the loadouts for both teams here. Rising Moon going with that Slosher, Octobrush, Roller, and Splatter Shot. Meanwhile, a pair of Splatter Shots, Heavy Splatling once again for DeadBeat, and a Slosher as Rising Moon the first to the middle here, Ashley.
Yeah, I mean, they went right for it. They were not wasting any time at getting ink down on the ground, which might be detrimental to them. We'll have to see if that pays off.
And right now, we see DeadBeat. Everyone's just sort of holding the same linear position, getting some ink covered, making sure nobody advances too far out without some support behind them as we get a vantage point of Tim, and it's a 4-3 advantage right now for DeadBeat. A couple specials ready to go, 3-2 on the field. Early advantage with 2:25 left in this one, Ash.
Yeah, you can see DeadBeat really making a push here because they have that player advantage. Hexen really just doing a lot of damage and taking out a lot of our Rising Moon players.
Tim being very aware for DeadBeat, finding one of those lower areas that you can go and ink every single percentage. Very vital in turf war. 4-3 advantage and a trio of specials ready to go for DeadBeat at any moment's notice.
Yeah, I see some really interesting things happening down here with Seibu is taking a little bit of a sneak attack here, trying to take out Wit. Let's see if it works out. It does. He takes out Wit. That's great. And now we're seeing Power with that Splatling get taken out.
The
heavy Splatling.
Jet with a huge blorb of ink to take out Power. Power drops down from that perch. However, Tim's going to avenge his teammate right here.
That's right. Avenge the splat.
To the lower level, get some more ink down there. And we saw Power at the middle of that tower in the middle of the level. A really important spot and vantage point for him.
It is, but it's also really dangerous for him because that heavy Splatling has a huge wind-up time. It takes a long time to get that thing to charge, but once it's ready, he is going to be very dangerous.
Tim sees Seibu trying to undo his work that he worked so hard for. Going to try and get him. Here comes the splashdown, but no. Seibu getting the splat with the Octobrush while Tim was midair with the splashdown. Too late there. 1 minute left. 4-4 on the field. Right now, the advantage looks like it's going to Rising Moon as they're starting to make a bit of a push into DeadBeat territory. It's 2-2. Seibu in that inkjet. He's gonna have to splat down though.
He just took off, and that's the importance of having your exit lanes ready to go. Seibu's trying so hard to take out Hexen, and this is a great one-on-one, and I'm really curious to see this could be a key moment.
43 seconds left, 4-4 on the field right now. Seibu trying to escape some danger right there. Wit gonna try and flank him with the Slosher. Tim unable, gets the splat on Seibu. It's now 4-2 for DeadBeat. Here's where they've got to make that push we've talked about, Ashley.
This is a huge advantage for DeadBeat. They're going to push forward. They've got 2 specials ready to go. Tim is already pushing into enemy territory.
Keep an eye on Andy at the bottom part of the map right here, trying to cover some important territory, trying to get the Slosh. He's going to go one-on-one with Wit. Wit using some coverage. Andy with a critical splat against Wit, and that's going to allow Andy to move out and cover some precious yellow territory. It's now 2-1, 3-1 on the field for DeadBeat. They've got 5 seconds left for a push. This might be enough. Tim,
a lot of yellow
down into action, and let's see what the result here is. Did DeadBeat get enough done late in this match? It looks like they might have. What does Judd have to say? And yes, that's going to be a 50.5 victory over 32.8 for DeadBeat. That means our producers in the back are going to have to do some number crunching to figure out what's going to happen with this tie. But Invitational, Dynamu representing Japan, taking on DeadBeat representing North America. DeadBeat has found their stride recently. Dynamu dominant since the beginning. Let's get started on Inkblot Art Academy. In orange for DeadBeat, they're going to go with the heavy Splatling, 2 splatter shots, and a Slosher. Meanwhile, for Dynamu in the turquoise, you've got a Splatter Shot Pro, a Slosher, a Charger, and a Roller. An early action, Dynamu getting out to the middle of the splat zone, but DeadBeat has a chance. It's going back and forth early on, Ashley.
I think we're going to see Dynamon head up to that top area and really kind of establish himself up top, but gets splatted. Wit takes him out.
Critical splat by Wit because you saw Dynamu try to time up the Ink Storm with Dynamon climbing to the top. Akibado getting the splat right now, trying to push back DeadBeat. Right now, you've got Dynamu in the middle of that splat zone with an 83-100 advantage, 3-3 on the field.
Yeah, Akibato's trying really hard to get some ink on the ground there, try to take that splat zone. I think that big giant chunk of orange is the last thing keeping them from taking it over. And I mean, honestly, they lost control, but Can they hold?
Wit and DeadBeat gonna go ahead and seize control as they get a whole bucket of orange ink in the middle of the splat zone. 86, 61, 30-second penalty for Dynamute. Now let's see if DeadBeat could push back Dynamute. 4-3 on the field, special ready to go for power and that heavy splat lane whenever he chooses to do so. Here comes some Tenta missiles to try and keep Dynamute at bay. No success there. However, DeadBeat gonna take the early lead in this one.
A lot of orange on the ground.
40 left. 4-4 on the field, but you see 3 specials ready for Dynamute as they get set to make that ink storm in the middle of the zone.
Yeah, that was the way for them to sort of push forward, because for a while there, I mean, they were doing, DeadBeat was doing a really good job keeping Dynamute out from that splat zone.
61-39, and Dynamute has control of the splat zone as they start to get that timer to tick down. That penalty is now down to just 15 seconds. 4-3 advantage on the field for Dynamute as we see Tim trying to go up this ink-proof ramp. It's going to slow him down a little bit, trying to flank on Dynamon. Dynamon going to make it rain, though, by flicking that Dynamo roller and using that horizontal and vertical flick to cause some damage.
I mean, that vertical flick is brutal, and he really just uses it to its maximum effectiveness.
However, DeadBeat with the lead, 39-57. However, no penalty for Dynamute as that timer starts to tick really close to a tie here. 46-39. It's going to be Dynamute that's going to try and take the lead unless DeadBeat can do something, and that's the lead. Oh, just at the last second, DeadBeat able to get it. DeadBeat trying to seize control. 39-38. DeadBeat trails Dynamute. 35-second penalty. Control in the middle right now for DeadBeat. DeadBeat 3-1 on the field for DeadBeat. Here goes Wit going to the top of the tower, trying to keep Dynamute at bay, Ashley.
Yeah, you can see he's splashing that area next to the ink-proof ramp, and he's just trying to keep out Dynamute, saying, hey guys, like, you're gonna have to not only get through here, but you have to now paint, you've got to ink that ground.
And DeadBeat goes and takes the lead, but they only get it by 1 point as Dynamute now facing a 40-second penalty, but then DeadBeat's gonna seize control of the splat zone, trying to keep Dynamute at bay. Hexen gonna drop down. Meanwhile, here comes Wit with that splasher, and you've got the ink storm.
The ink storm happening.
That's
here.
trying to cover the area right there, and splat zone still up for grabs at this point. 22-38 advantage. DeadBeat still up for grabs at this point.
Splash.
Impressive.
Wow.
Double splat right there. That is huge as it's now 4-2 on the field. Dynamute gonna seize control of the splat zone, sitting on top of that tower. However, they have a stiff 28-second penalty to overcome. Here comes some Tenta missiles and the territory in the middle. That splat zone gonna be re-seized by DeadBeat. Frantic match that we have here, Ashley.
Yeah, absolutely. And Otobaro absolutely just going bananas right now. Inking, splatting, getting all over the place. He's all over the shop. It is incredible to watch him play. And you know what? He's not panicking. That's exactly how he's splatting all these people.
Otobaro normally averages 20 splats per match. You can see how an individual effort can turn the tide. 38-22. However, just 4 seconds left in that penalty for Dynamute. Slight lead for DeadBeat. However, Dynamute keeping that timer going down. 22-28. Dynamute trying to re-seize the lead. However, great defense by DeadBeat. They're able to retake the middle of the splat zone, and they're going to cut down into the penalty. 47 seconds left. 40-second penalty for Dynamute. Meanwhile, if you're DeadBeat, you just have to play some defense and keep Dynamute out of the zone. Otobaro going to take advantage of that one-on-one, but here comes the splashdown. Just going to get it by power with the splashdown. 30 seconds left. 22-25. Penalty going down for DeadBeat. And you've got Dynamute trying to
start taking
but the specials by DeadBeat really helping out right now, Ashley.
Yeah, absolutely. They have got to take control. Dynamute's got to take control back if they're thinking they're going to win this.
25-22. Dynamo, though, with a 40-second penalty. Can they retake control of the splat zone? 10 seconds left. This might be headed into overtime. We'll see. It's still up for grabs. First team to seize control. And now Dynamo in control with 34 seconds left. We're going to certainly go to overtime here.
Yes.
Now DeadBeat can take control of the splat zone. It's going to be over. They'll get the victory. 20 seconds left. Dynamute, they just need to hold on. We see the Tenta missiles. They lost control. Can DeadBeat seize control? And DeadBeat going to do a fine job in overtime, taking control of the splat zone. And we saw the specials. Well-timed use of those for DeadBeat here, Ashley.
So good, so well coordinated. I mean, they are obviously communicating super well, making sure that they're launching everything